Imagine if I just gave you $100 and I said to you, would you like this $100? No questions asked, but you've got to trade with it on the outcome of a sports event. If the team wins, I want my $100 back, but you get to keep all the profit. It's all yours. If the team loses, my $100 is gone. No hard feelings. It's just $100. Would you take the offer? Well, yeah, of course you would. Who wouldn't? It's free money. So in other words, I give you $100. You've got no risk. It's not your money. It's mine, and I don't want it back. Well, I do if the team wins, but there's no risk because if it doesn't, I lose the $100. You lose nothing. If it wins, you win the profit. It's a no-lose situation for you, right? So you go and look at a football team. You're like, you know what? I'm going to stick $100 on the Sydney Swans, and if they win, they're paying 3-1 or $3. So $100 on a 3-1 is $300. You give me the $100 back. You keep $200. Totally risk-free. Nice. If the Swans lose, you lost my $100. But as I said to you, no hard feelings. So it's totally 100% risk-free on your part, right? Would you do it? Well, yeah, of course you would. You'd be crazy not to, right? Now, this is the premise of matched betting to a degree. So you're probably thinking, well, who's going to give me $100 to trade with? Let me keep the profits and not worry about any losses. Bookmakers. Bookmakers have these sign-up bonuses all the time. For example, have a look at this. Here's one offered by BoomBet. Here's an exclusive offer. Sign up, deposit $100, and we'll give you $100 in bonus bets. Huh. Okay. So you see how this is working? I sign up to BoomBet. I stick in $100 of my money. They give me $100 for free. What if I don't use my 100 and I only use theirs? Park that for a moment. BetNation, another Australian bookmaker. Deposit now and take advantage of a 200% match on your next deposit up to $50. Max bonus 100. 200%. So hang on. I put in $50. They give me 100. There's my free 100. How about I don't spend my 50? Just use their 100. Park that for a moment. And by the way, these are just sign-up bonuses. So you're probably thinking, well, why would a bookie give me this free money? Because they want you as a customer and they want you depositing money into their account because they know you're going to lose it more than likely. But I'm going to show you how not to. So every time you put money in, they know that sooner or later you are going to bet it on a horse or a football team or a tennis match or a soccer match, and you're going to lose it, and that's all going to end up back in their account. So as a consequence, they give you offers where they're like, hey, put $50 in your account. We'll give you 100 to play with. Well, fine. Because they know you're going to burn through that and your money as well. But I'm going to show you how not to. They want your business so much so that they'll even give you these crazy offers where it's like, back on the races, pick a winning horse. And you know what? If it doesn't win, even if it comes second, third or fourth, we'll give you $50. Bang. Bet on the AFL. If one leg fails, we'll give you $50. They want our money, guys, and they know that if they throw money at us, we're going to grab it. We're going to play with it. We're going to lose it. And we're going to put more in. We're going to lose that. We'll put more in. They'll match it. They'll give us a bonus, but we'll lose that as well. This is just marketing for them. This is just free money to entice us to come and put our money and deposit our money into the account so we lose it all. But I'm going to show you how not to. Extra place every race. You know, they're enticing us to come and bet on the horses. And they're like, you know what? If your horse comes first, second, third or fourth, we'll give you money. Personalised deposit match. Again, dollar for dollar. Put in 100 of your own. We'll give you 100 bonus dollars. Don't spend your money, spend theirs. I'll show you how. So you've probably heard of this before. It's called matched betting or the bonus turnover method. Plenty of people talk about it. Here's how to do it in its simplest form. And I'm going to show you how to do it for free. Totally risk-free, and the information I'm sharing here, I'm not charging you for. There are some people out there charging you $1,000 for their course to teach you how to do this. Save your $1,000. Let's jump right into it. So, let's do a real example here. I'm going to walk you through it. Now, I just opened up a BetNation account. I put in $50. They had a deal where it's like, hey, deposit up to $50 and we'll give you 200%, $100. Now, you can see here my deposit. I put in $50. They have given me $100 of bonus money. So, essentially, I've got $150 in this account. but 50 of it's mine, 100 of it's theirs. Remember the scenario where I said, hey, if I gave you $100 and said go and trade with it, if you win, you get to keep the winnings. If you lose, you lost my $100, but I don't care. Well, this is exactly what this is. And even now, as we're watching this, look at all these bonuses flashing in front of me. They're like, put your money in. We want to give you all this free money. Get a bonus back up to $25 if one leg fails. 2 boost odds for SGM. 2 times boost odds for racing. Get a bonus back up to $25 if your bet runs second or third. Or if it runs second. They're throwing this money at us, so we should grab it. It's totally risk-free. You can't lose. It's not your money. Let's get into it. So just imagine we're looking at BetNation right now. It's 7 p.m. It's 7:15. Let's go over to the greyhound racing. Now, I'm not saying we have to bet on the greyhounds or the horses or football. You can do anything. And there's different strategies. Some work better than others. Subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be sharing a lot of this stuff over the coming days and weeks. Hit the subscribe button. Let's jump into this. Okay, so I'm on the BetNation. I've got $150 to play with. 50 of it's mine. I don't want to use my own money. That's too risky. I'm not about risking money. Now, we can see that in Taree, New South Wales, in 3 minutes there's a greyhound race going off. For the sake of this video, let's have a look at this race here, Rockhampton, in 22 minutes. Now, we can see Rockhampton, greyhound race, the favourite's paying $2.45. Now, let's just say, hypothetically, we took this bonus $100 and said, you know what? I'm going to back the favourite, which is Edgewood, for $100. If I was using my own money, I get my money back. $2.45 times 100 is $245. So I get $245. My 100 plus the 145. But I'm not going to use my money. I'm going to use their money. So I use the bonus money and I only get $145, which is fine. It's totally risk-free, right? It's not my money. Remember, the bookie is like me at the start of the video. He said, hey, here's $100. Go and back it on a dog, a football game, a horse race, whatever. I don't care. I don't want the $100 back if you lose. But if you win, I'll get my $100 back and you get to keep the winnings. Fine, great. Well, guess what? If this dog wins, the bookie gets his $100 back. You walk away with $145. Yay, totally risk-free. Why wouldn't you do that? You'd be crazy not to. But there's more to this. Before you go and sign up to every bookie that you can and grab all this free money, and there's no reason why you can't, the risk is if that's all you do, they're going to ban you real quick because they don't want you coming in and grabbing this free money and winning and not doing anything else. They don't want to give the money away. It's just a sweetener to get you in the door. Once they got you in the door, they want you to keep betting and keep losing. So, yes, I could take their free money, go and stick it on a dog, horse, football, whatever, hopefully win and walk away with a win. $145. Yay. But guess what? Do you think they're going to give me another $100 sign-up bonus? Well, no, because I'm already signed up. And if the dog loses, I got nothing. I lost their $100 and I lost the opportunity to make $145 on my own. So it was really worthless and risky. So the bottom line is this: putting $100, even though it's free money, straight onto a horse or dog, cat, whatever, in the hope that it wins and you get to pocket some money is probably not the smartest way to do it. Horses and dogs, favourites, generally win about 30% of the time. Therefore, if I'm getting $2.45, or in my case $145, 30% of the time, here's how this would look. Let's say I went to 10 bookmakers who each gave me $100 and I just put that $100 on 10 favourites over the course of the next 10 races, 10 days, 10 weeks, whatever you want to do. 30% of them are going to win, statistically. So, statistically, you'll probably win 3 races. And 3 times, let's say they average at $2.45, 3 times $145, $435. Nice. Yay. So that's a guaranteed, well, based on probabilities and statistics, if you found 10 bookmakers who each want to give you $100 to do with as you like, you could literally take that $100, put it on a favourite, 30% of them statistically should win, and you could walk away with $400 or $500. Yay. But then you've spent your $100 bonus and there's no more. But it's still free money, and it's still risk-free money, right? Of course. Now, here's the caveat. A lot of these bookmakers, and you have to read the terms and conditions on each one, aren't just going to give you $100 to play with, and then you win $145, and you can just go and draw it out and go and spend it. Doesn't work like that. There's probably going to be some conditions, because to get this $100, remember, you put in your own 50, like I did. So I started an account with $50. They gave me 100 as a bonus sign up. I've gone and used this and I've won $145. So now I've got close to 150 plus my 50. I've got close to $200 sitting in my account. Yay. But the condition probably is I can't just draw this winning money out until I've spent this money, my own money. See the problem here? In a lot of cases, you maybe have to do X amount of bets before you can withdraw any of your winnings that you won from bonus bets. Because otherwise, you'd just do what I just said. You'll take them for a ride. You'd sign up to 10, 50, 100 bookmakers, grab their $100 by putting in your 50, use their 100, win in some cases, and pour all your money out and walk away. And if you did that 100 times, you'd walk away with 30% of them. So 30 times 150, $4,500. Nice. Now, the good news is you can literally do that, but we have to do it in a roundabout way, which is what we're going to do here. So the problem with just taking the $100 bonus, that's free money, and winning straight up with it is one, you probably can't take it out until you've gone and spent some of your money. And if you do that, you're probably going to blow through it all and then you'll have nothing. That's statistically how it works for them. They don't make money by just giving people money and letting them play with it and making bets and winning and walking away with the takings. It doesn't work like that for them. They are relying on us taking this, gambling it, losing it, getting into our own money, gambling it, losing that, and then ending up with nothing. That's what they want, and that's what they statistically expect to happen, which is why they make these offers in the first place. So, let's cut to the chase. How do we access this money? By playing under the radar so that we can keep doing it, even to the point where bookies will keep throwing money at us. You got your sign-up bonus, go and lose it. So they'll throw more money at you and say, hey, sorry you lost your money, or my money, come and have another go next Saturday. Great, okay. And the other thing is, how do we lock it in so we can guarantee a profit? Because remember, we're talking about matched betting here. So how do we match the bet so that regardless of what happens, we make money? We're not relying on a 30% probability of a favourite winning a dog race. Because 70% of the time, we're going to walk away with nothing. We don't want that. Here's how we do it. In simple terms, there's a few ways to do it, but the easiest way to think of it is we simply back both sides of the outcome. Meaning, if we back that this horse is going to win, we also back that it's not going to win. Does that make sense? Or, if we back an AFL game, like, for example, Australian rules, what's coming up, tomorrow night, Port Adelaide's versus Carlton. Port Adelaide's paying $1.65, Carlton's $2.25. What if we backed Port Adelaide here with the bonus money and stuck $100 on it, or 10 or 50 or whatever? At $1.65, if Adelaide win, we get $65 of free money. Yay. But if they lose, we get nothing. What if I had an account with a second bookmaker? Here's one I prepared earlier. And by the way, have a look at this. Notice that. I got $200. $100 of mine, $100 bonus. So this is the same. I got some free money to play with. See where this is going? Now, let's jump into the AFL on this bookmaker's site. Port Adelaide, Carlton Blues. Port Adelaide, Carlton. Same game. Here we're getting $1.65 or $2.25. Here we're getting $1.66 or $2.22. So let's just say that on Bet Nation, I use my bonus $100 for a potential return of $65. And over here, I bet on Carlton, because one team has to win and one has to lose, right? They can't both win or both lose. Again, let's say I put $100 on here. This is on Carlton to win. at $2.22 with $100 if Carlton win, I get $222. But here's the problem. That's using my own money. I'm putting up $100. So if Port Adelaide win, I'm down $100. But hang on, these guys are going to give me 65. If Carlton don't win, which I've put $100 of my own money on, sure, if they win, I get $222. Yay. But if they lose, I've lost $100 of my own money. But Bet Nation will pay me 65. Oh, damn, I'm still out of pocket. Uh-oh. What if I use their $100? Well, okay, well now I'm not getting $222 back. I'm getting $122. So think about this. I haven't put up any of my own money. I've used the free money here and the free money there. If Carlton win, they get their $100 back, but I get $122. If Port Adelaide win, these guys are going to give me $65. So either team can win tomorrow, Carlton or Adelaide, and I don't care. I am either going to walk away with $65 or $122. Easy. So this is a totally no-lose situation, right? Except there's a problem. Does it make sense that one team's so highly skewed that I get 122? Because now I'm sort of almost gambling. I'm thinking, come on, Carlton. Yeah, yay, Carlton, because I want $122 versus 65. But the reality is, obviously I'm getting 65 on Adelaide because they expect Adelaide's going to win. So I'm giving up the potential to win 122 and to be happy with 65. So why don't I do this? Why don't I even it out? So in other words, I take the $100 from Bet Nation as free money. I stick it on Adelaide to win. They're going to give me $65. They're going to keep their 100 or they're going to kiss it goodbye. Either way, it's no risk to me. But if they win, Adelaide, I get $65 for free. Yay! So why don't I, rather than sticking $100 on here, why don't I put on just enough that I'm going to make the same amount of money, $65 either way. So to do that, let's drop this down to $55. You can see that that gives us $67, so that's a little bit too much. 64, 66 or 65, 88. 65.88. So rather than putting $100 on Carlton with this bookie, why don't we just put $54 on? Think about this. $54, and then we've only used about half of this 100, so we can keep going. Have another bet tomorrow. So instead of betting the whole 100, we're sort of betting 50 now, and then we've got 50 tomorrow to play with, and so it goes. But either way, regardless of who wins the footy match, we're going to get $65.88 if Carlton wins, or $65 if Adelaide win. What has it cost us? Nothing. Not a cent. We took Bet Nation's $100 bonus and they've used it with the hope of winning $65 back if Adelaide win. So that's not our money, so it's cost us nothing. We're potentially going to make 65. We also backed the other team with another bookie, in this case BoomBet, for $50 or $54. And if that team wins, we get $65. But that wasn't our money either. Bang. So basically, regardless of the outcome of the footy match tomorrow night, we're walking away with either $65 or $65.88. Nice. Totally risk-free. How easy is that? Now again, this is free, it's easy, it's risk-free, it's free money. The problem with this is, as I said earlier, or alluded to, they don't want you taking just the $50 and winning. They don't want you taking just the $100 and winning. One of these teams has to win. Now let's just say Carlton win. If Carlton wins, Bet Nation, as far as they're concerned, I only had one bet. They're going to be like, oh, this poor bugger, he took his $100 bonus. He's lost the whole lot. Now he has to start using his own $50. Hopefully they throw more bonus money at me and I can keep doing this. If my BoomBet account loses, as in Carlton lose, BoomBet are going to be like, poor bugger. We've given him $100 of bonus money. He's used 50 of it. He lost it. He's still got another 50. He might have another go. But Bet Nation would be like, oh, he took his $100 bonus. Now we've got to give him $65 of real money because he won. They're not happy with it because they don't want me to win. Or if they lost. BoomBet are going to be like, oh, he took $50 of the $100 bonus money we gave him and he's won $65. Here's $65 of real money into your account. They'll be like, this guy's winning money. We don't like that. We want him to lose. So either way, one of these bookies has to pay us out with real money on bonus money. They don't like that. So there's a few things we can do to overcome that. The most obvious thing being using bonus money and our own money simultaneously, so that on the surface we're losing the bonus money, but we're winning our own money. So to the bookies, it just looks like we're consistently taking their bonus money and losing it. But we're then going back to the bookie using our own money and depositing more money to top up our account. What they don't know is that, yeah, we might be losing money, but we're picking it up on the other side with a different bookie and vice versa. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments if this is not making sense and you need me to clarify some of this, because once you get your head around this, it's actually really exciting. You know, you probably see all the ads on YouTube and Facebook and all that, like, hey, we'll show you how to match bet. We'll show you how to do bonus turnover, blah, blah, blah. Send $1,000 and we'll send you our course. Huh. Okay. Save you $1,000. This stuff is not rocket science, and you don't need to spend $1,000 to learn it, but you do need to understand it. And the other thing is too, you've got to understand how to stay under the radar, because if you set up an account with a bookmaker and all you're doing is taking their free bonus money and constantly winning with it, they're going to stop offering you bonus money real quick. Or they're going to make it hard for you to get your bonus money profits out. Yes, you have won, you know, your horse wins or your dog wins or your AFL team wins, whatever. You're collecting money and real profits. But they're not going to be happy with it. And they're probably going to limit your account, where you're going to be flagged as a consistent winner, and they're going to limit the amount of money you can deposit. They're going to limit the amount of bets you can place. They're going to limit the amount of stake you can use. So instead of sticking $100 on a horse, you might only be able to stick $2, $5 on it, whatever. So if you're not smart about this and stay under the radar, this risk-free money tap is going to get turned off on you real quick. And that's the problem a lot of new people to this have, where they have their accounts banned, they have their accounts limited, they stop getting the bonus offers. Now, the thing you got to know is, if you fly under the radar and look like someone who's consistently losing, even though you're not, they're going to keep throwing free money at you in bonuses, extra payouts. One leg fails, we'll still pay you. You can back a horse, and if it loses, we'll pay you if it comes second, third, or fourth. All those sorts of things. These offers are a dime a dozen, because if you look like you're somebody who's consistently depositing money and they're matching it and you lose that, and you deposit more money and then they match that and you lose that, they're going to keep throwing money at you. And so if you're smart, you can use this to fund the other side of a profitable bet with a different bookmaker or with Betfair. And I'll show you how to do that. Think about this. Here's a taste of something else, and I'm going to have to create a different video for that. Because even now, as I'm looking at the timer, I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a long video already, and I didn't intend it to be. But it's exciting, and yes, it's real. So if you've come here thinking, is this whole match betting thing, is it legit? Is it real? Is it really risk-free? Yeah, 100%. Is it a scam? No. You're basically trading the bookmaker's money that they're throwing at you as part of their marketing budget to try and entice you to come into the door and deposit funds into their account. You're taking those bonuses and the bonus bets and the bonus deposits, you're trading them, and you're just being smart with it. They expect you're gambling with it. They expect you're taking the $50 and sticking it on one horse to win, and it doesn't. So it's gone. Now start using your own money. But you're not, because you're not a gambler. You're a smart trader. You're a smart investor. Some people do this for a living. This is all they do. This is their livelihood. Some people are earning more money from this than what they were doing in their regular 9-to-5 job. That's the reality. But you have to be smart about it. Here's another thing we can do. And again, I'm just really whetting your appetite here. This is not necessarily an absolute how-to video, but if you want more clarification or something doesn't quite make sense to you, please reach out to me in the comments, subscribe, let me know what you need clarification on, and I'm happy to draw some diagrams or do another video or something, because I know when you get this, you'll be like, oh my God, how could I have not seen this before? But be careful, there is a whole learning to this. It's simple, yes. It's easy, yes. It's risk-free, yes. But it's not sustainable. It can be, and you can make a very good side hustle income from doing this, or a full-time income if that's what you want. But it's not sustainable if you just go, set up accounts, burn through all the bonus money, win it, make some money, then your accounts will be banned. Sure, you'll walk away with a few $100, a few $1,000, but your opportunities are finished. That's it. Gone. So if you want to be smart about it, you can make this sustainable and do it over the weeks, months, years. Some people have been literally doing this for years, and they fly under the radar, and they're not getting their accounts banned. It's exciting. Let's have a quick look at a greyhound race here. One here, Rockhampton, race 9, starts in 16 minutes. Okay, the favourite at $2.25, Sweet Lollipop. Let's put that in the back here. Now, we are also going to go Rockhampton race 9 on Betfair. Now, stay with me here, because I don't know what level of Betfair trading you're at, and this is a whole nother level. And if you're new to Betfair, just stay with me, and I'm going to show you something really cool and exciting here. If you've been on Betfair for a long time, you're probably like, yeah, dude, I get it. I know that. I've been doing this for years. Fine. The bottom line is this. On Betfair, we can not only back, but we can also lay. And this is the whole premise of Betfair. It's a betting exchange where you either bet for or against the outcome of something. So in other words, Sweet Lollipop at $2.36 is the same dog that we are going to back on Bet Nation for $2.25. So very close. So $2.36. Now, does it make sense to bet Sweet Lollipop here as well as here? Well, no, of course it doesn't. Because if the dog wins, yeah, great. We win money here, we win money on Betfair. But if the dog loses, we've lost money. We've lost our bonus money, which we're going to put on here, $10. So we have the potential to win $12.50. Yay. If we bet on the same dog at Betfair for $10, we walk away with $13.40. Yay. Because Betfair is actually paying a little bit more, $2.34 as opposed to $2.25. But it doesn't make sense to back it on both exchanges. That'd be like in our previous example, backing Adelaide on 2 bookies, or backing the Carlton Blues on both exchanges. We're not going to do that. So on Betfair, what we can do is say, rather than saying, I think Sweet Lollipop's going to win, we say, I think Sweet Lollipop's going to lose. I don't think it's going to win. And for that privilege, I'm going to take $10 off this guy. So now I've got $10. But if the dog wins, I have a liability. I've got to give this guy $38.50. I don't have to give it to him. I mean, Betfair's just going to take it out of my account, right? So I've basically could say, I'm going to lay Sweet Lollipop that it won't win, but I'm going to collect $10. So now I'm the bookie, right? You give me $10. If the dog wins, I'm going to give you $38.50, which is your $10 back plus $28.50. So you can see the numbers here. If this dog wins, I'm down $28.50 of real hard cash because I collected 10, but I got to pay $38.50. So I'm down $28.50 of my own money. If any other dog except Sweet Lollipop wins, I'm up $10. $10 if he wins, 10 if he wins, 10 if, Why? Because that's the $10 I collected off this guy, right? So I get to keep this $10 if any dog wins, but if Sweet Lollipop wins, I got to fork out another $28.50 over and above the $10 that I got. So that's risky, except it's not, because I'm essentially laying this bet off here. Sweet Lollipop, I could be backing on a bookie using the bonus money. And how would I do that? Well, essentially this. Let's just say hypothetically, I put $20 of my bonus money on Sweet Lollipop. If it wins, BetNation's going to give me $25. How much has this cost me? Nothing. I'm using $20 of my free money, right? So far, it's not costing me a cent. I have the potential to walk away with $25 completely risk-free. Yay. Now, what if I set up on Betfair to say, I've got a potential $25 coming to me. Zero risk. What if I take that potential 25? I'm not going to sit here and hope and pray that, oh, come on, Sweet Lollipop, in you come. Oh, damn it, last time though, didn't risk any money. Well, I didn't win $25 either. I just gambled all my bonus away. Now I've got nothing. What if I take this potential $25 and come over to Betfair and say, I got $25 to play with. Well, my liability's $28.50, so that's not going to work for me, is it? But if I bring it down slightly, $25.65. 25. Let's have a look at this. See what I just did there? I put in $6.50. What does that mean? This is real money. If on Betfair I say, look, Sweet Lollipop is not going to win, well, that's fine. And if it doesn't, I collect and keep $6.50. Because if Ranger Beach wins, I collect $6.50. Sober Meredith, Beryl's Pride, I get to keep $6.50. If Sweet Lollipop does win, I have to outlay $18.52. And I don't get to keep the $6.50 because I have to outlay $25.03. $25.03 less the $6.50 I've already collected is $18.52. That's my liability. So do you see what's happening here? Suddenly, I'm either going to pocket $6.50, that's mine to keep regardless, or I have to pay out on Sweet Lollipop. Sweet Lollipop is going to cost me $25.03 if it wins. Where am I going to get $25 from? Oh, hang on a minute. Here. I backed for $25, remember? Out of the bonus account. You see what's happening here? So I took $20 out of this $100 bonus money. I backed Sweet Lollipop to say, okay, if this dog wins, give me $25. Why? Well, because I need $25, because if it wins, I've got to pay this guy $25. But regardless of what happens, I still get to keep the $6.50. See what happened there? Now, this is a very basic example of where I've essentially taken the $20 from the bonus money and guaranteed that I'm going to get $6.50 regardless. Now, that's not a great example, but it is totally risk-free because I'm either going to win $25, which is enough to pay the $25 I'm going to owe Betfair because Sweet Lollipop did win and I said it wouldn't, but I collected $6.50 for doing so, which means I get to keep that $6.50 regardless, or it doesn't win. And if it doesn't win, well, kiss this $20 bonus bet goodbye. Well, fine, that's not my money, doesn't matter. But I don't have an obligation to pay out on Sweet Lollipop. I just keep the $6.50. So regardless of the outcome, I'm $6.50 ahead. Now, the thing you need to know about this is not the smartest way to do it either. Because if we're only making $6.50 on essentially a $20 trade, even though it wasn't our $20, the return on investment, even though it's not our money, is only about 30%. $20, probably closer to about 32%. $20 times 32%, $6.40. So we're basically taking the bonus bet money and turning it over for a guaranteed 32% of its value, which is fine. It's free money, but it's not the most profitable way of doing it. But given this video's gone on so long already, I'm going to have to show you this in another video. So hit subscribe if you haven't already. And in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you how to get, rather than 30% or 32% in this case, 60, 70, 80% or above. So in other words, as I said in the start of the video, rather than just taking the $100 of bonus money, which we can't just take as cash and go and spend it, we have to literally trade it. And if we're constantly winning, we're going to have our account closed. So we need to use this bonus money to essentially lose But by losing their money instead of ours, we're walking away with profit every time. The bookie's going to feel sorry for us because we keep losing, as far as they're concerned. But where our real money is, on the Betfair exchange, where they're not going to close our account for winning, because we're not winning their money. We're winning somebody else's money. Betfair is an exchange. If I'm trading here and backing a horse, I'm taking money off somebody here who's laying the horse, not a bookie. So if I'm consistently winning, I'm taking money off hundreds or thousands of individuals, not a single bookie. So in an upcoming video, I'm going to show you smarter ways to turn your money over by flying under the radar, losing against the bookies, but using their free money as security to make sure that your trades are risk-free, so you're not losing any of your own money. So if you got something out of this, hit like, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments. And that'll encourage me to keep going, keep making more videos. If you found this useful, let me know if there's something that didn't quite make sense and you need me to explain. But stay with me, and I'm going to explain some more advanced strategies in the next videos. Thanks for watching.